Rural inns, taverns and pubs have long been the pulsating hearts of their communities in Britain and around the world. So it's hardly surprising that a myriad of unsavoury episodes have occurred within their walls through the ages. Spooky sightings and ancient drinking holes go hand in hand, from ghostly apparitions by the fireplace to demonic figures roaming the cellar. London alone has reported 117 haunted pubs which one can visit. The following is a couple of stories told by staff or customers about their experiences in some of these pubs. Enjoy.
Its most infamous landlords back in medieval times were a fellow called Jarmon and his wife, who was said to have murdered no less than 60 guests as they slept in their beds.
At that time there is no bank, so everyone got keep their belongings with them, horses plus all the money. And when there is a traveller who used to come on his own without any families or relatives, there is a special room dedicated for him. And overnight, while he was asleep, he used to visit that room and to take all the belongings of this person. And basically he managed to kill them by a very strange and very, I would say, clever system, which is in a bed who could flip over underneath a trap and was on the first floor. And the trap was opening to a boiling vase of water. And he boiled 67 people or 60 people like that.
Now this model depicts Jarmon's evil crimes. This is the bedroom that he would put his unsuspecting wealthy guests in. They'd be fast asleep in the bed. In the middle of the night, the bed would tip, the trapdoor would open, and the guest would slide into a vat of boiling water, resulting in a silent, quick, but very nasty death. But it's not just the grisly goings-on of the Jarmons that haunt this place. The inn was situated on the popular London to Bath Road and found itself a favourite hangout of highwaymen and robbers. The manager, Philippe, agreed to show me some of the other places where ghosts have been seen.
As we go up, let me introduce you to our two main haunted area. Which first one is these stairs, Victorian ones, where is the residence of Mary, who basically is being recognized. She spent her time, most of the time, sitting and kind of checking the people going upstairs and visiting the rooms.
Now Mary was Jarmon's wife.
Yes, that's right.
And she was also hung.
That's right, she was hung with her husband. But funnily, she only stays here. There is some experience with the customers in the ladies' toilet, usually the ladies, with the toilet rolls, with face behind the mirror.
So they don't see her, it's just
No, just a feeling, a very cold hair sometimes. Or some says that there is a face behind them in the toilets, in the mirror.
I've had a couple of paranormal experiences in the ladies' toilets on the first floor. It's happened when I've run in there and not been thinking about it, and all of a sudden I feel like somebody's next to me and my hairs go up and my heart starts beating. I don't actually go in there anymore. I use my bathrooms in my bedroom because I don't, and a couple of customers have said they've also felt the same thing. Some of the girls who have worked here have had the same sort of experiences where taps have gone on and off. Toilet rolls roll past the toilet while they're on it with the door open because they're too scared to close it. We've had an experience upstairs in the function room one night when myself and Jodie were blowing the candles out. I left Jodie on the bar and I went back downstairs, come up, and the candles were lit again in the room. And I thought she'd relit them, but she said she hadn't.
A few times if the manager's been off and I've been in charge for the day, some odd things do happen, like we either have power cuts or the power trips out and things happen on the bar that I couldn't really deal with. And I'm not sure if that's possibly the ghosts showing that they're here or doing something in that way.
The ghost story started with the place being an officer's mess. Cedric was a soldier. They were playing cards one night and he was caught cheating. The soldiers took him outside and gave him a good beating and he died as a result. And then he became the ghost. and he's haunted the place ever since. One lady said to me once that she had an experience in the ladies' toilet where, you know, the hot taps kept going on. Tony, the general manager, he's had a couple of experiences down the cellar where he's the only person on the site. He got the tug in. I was in the kitchen. As I turned my head to the left, I saw a man standing by this big picture here. And I thought, oh, somebody's locked in. But as I went to talk to him, he just walked to the front door and disappeared.
What did he look like?
It was just a black figure. Many years ago, they tried to exorcise him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We don't know the exact date, but it was the late 1800s. Somebody decided to put money on the ceiling to pay back the debt of the ghost and to give him a safe passage over to the other side.
There's a man down in the cellar who's not a very nice man, and because the cellar goes on quite a way, so you go under this big stone beam and you stand back up and he's in your face and tells you to go away. Luckily enough, he's never done it to me. I've never seen him, but that's a lot of tales. A lot of people have had that, and he's in your face and tells you to get out again. There are two children here. There's a little boy and a little girl. They were murdered here. I do believe there was a fire and they were burnt, but it was deliberate. And I've never seen the little boy, but I've seen the little girl. The little girl comes running through here and she sits there late afternoons mainly, you know, when it's in the darker evenings by the winter when it's getting dark early. Normally about 4:30ish when you're just cleaning down and everything, and she's run through and she sits on that bench there and just swings her legs. She's got a long green and cream dress, you know, with all the petticoats underneath down to the ground, but sometimes the dress changes to blue for some unknown reason, I don't know why, with a high neck collar, frilly collar, and she's got ringlets with a couple of cream ribbons either side, and she just smiles at me. She's got little black boots on and she swings her legs, and I've asked her name but she's never told me, and then she just runs back out. I've seen her a few times. And there's a cat and a dog that sit on the step that lived in here when it was a watchman's house, apparently, so the story is. I've never seen them, but I've always known that there are animals in here, but I've never actually seen them. But I've always known that there is.
My name's Christine Watson, and I'm proud to say that I run what is reputedly the most haunted pub in Britain. Well, its reputation went before it. It's always been known over the years as having resident spirits, but my first-hand experience happened the first time I moved in here, which was 25 years ago, and as soon as we moved in, you could feel a very strong presence, and it manifested itself in several different ways. According to the mediums that visit on a regular basis, there's between 13 and 15 spirits that live here. I think my favourite one, for one reason or another, is the spirit that I've nicknamed the Grumpy Man. We call him the Grumpy Man because his mood swings. Some days he's friendly and you feel like he's got a sense of humour, and other days he just really does not want you in the room. One or two scary incidences, for instance the chair being thrown at me, I wouldn't want that to happen again. I did find that quite upsetting. Spookiest experience, well there's been a few, but the most recent spooky experience was waking up in the dead of night to find something sitting on the bottom of my bed.
With the pub being so old, are there any spooky elements to it?
Yes, we have a house ghost by the name of George. He allegedly was a French sailor who was knifed to death after having a gamble on the bare-knuckle fights that took place here, and it was alleged that he reneged on the bet and he was stabbed to death. And so George can sometimes be found to be in the middle of the night or during the day. The odd glass machine might find itself turning on, or a light will flicker. And when I first came here in 1982, a service bell rung on our dumb waiter. There was no bar up here. It's only been a bar up here since September 82. And in January 82, when my boss took it over, I was upstairs sort of bringing food down for our friends because we just had a function room. And this bell started ringing. What the hell was that? And we didn't know there was a bell there. And we didn't even realise we had a service waiter, dumb waiter. It was only after some of the old regulars came back after 82, they informed us of the presence of George and to be careful of him because he was not somebody to be crossed with.
Do you live near a haunted pub or tavern? Let me know in the comments below.